In this video, I'm going to break down how to ethically manipulate your prospect into buying from you. Now, before you start going, hey, this sounds evil, you shouldn't be manipulating people, hear me out. Since when did manipulate become a bad word? Think about it. When did it become a bad word? Well, it's become a bad word because most people associate it with bad things. For example, manipulating you to do something you don't want to do, manipulating you to cause some harm, whatever it is, right? And this manipulation that people are using is actually negative. And I get that and I understand that. However, go and look at the meaning of the word manipulate. What does it actually mean? Well, it means to free something up. It means to help someone get unstuck. So think about it right now. If you were unwell and had back pain and you went to see a chiropractic doctor, what would the chiropractic doctor do? Well, guess what word they use? Manipulate. They would manipulate your spine to help relieve you of the pain and get you unstuck, to free it up. Is that making sense? So the word manipulate isn't bad. The word manipulate isn't bad at all. It's just association to the word. Now, let me ask you this. Are you selling shit? Are you selling a product or a service that is crap and at the end of the day, you're just doing it to get money off people? Well, if that's the case, then yes, you're a negative manipulator. However, if you're anything like me, who cares, it's got a great product or service that can massively change someone's life, then you've got to do every single thing that you can to get it into your hands. Because if you don't, here's what's going to happen. Their problem is probably going to get worse, or they may end up buying from someone else who doesn't even do the same job as you. In fact, you're way better than them. Make sense? And I know if you're watching this video right now, you've had other people buy from someone else instead of buying from you, and it sucks. Well, that needs to stop. Do everything you can to ethically manipulate your prospect into buying from you right now. Why? Because you know it's the right thing to do. They get a great service, you get paid. Think about it. So how do you ethically manipulate someone? Well, it's very, very simple. Most people are talking about psychology, whereas I talk about the neurology below what's going on. What's really going on in someone's brain? It's not mindset. It's not pumping someone up and getting them motivated. It's not, making them feel terrible about themselves so that they do something today. You've got to really, really understand this on a completely different level. So neuroscience is your biggest gift when it comes to selling to people. Because at the end of the day, I believe it's not about selling, it's about helping them to buy. Now, why should you even listen to me? What qualifies me to talk about this stuff? You just look like a random dude, Jess. Why are you here? Well, look, my name's Jessen James, and I am a former psychiatric nurse. And over the last decade, I've taken what I used to do in psychiatric nursing and brought it right here into sales. By using the same ethical persuasion techniques that I used to use on my clients to help them to take their medication so that they can get better fast are the same principles that I use in teaching my students today on my Invisible Sales Academy. By doing so, I've personally closed over 22 million in deals, and my clients have gone on to generate over 200 million and growing. And the reason I'm telling you this is because they use a very simple methodology called the Invisible Sales Method, and it doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. By you being on this channel right now, you are going to start learning it, and you are going to learn it real quick why 99% of sales training out there doesn't actually land. So let's get stuck into this right now. How do you ethically manipulate someone? Well, it all starts off with understanding that every single human being has their own model of the world. What does that actually mean? Well, all of us have a different perception of the world and what's going on, okay? Every single person you speak to has got different beliefs, different values, different ways of looking at things. Am I right? So here's the challenge though. How do you take what you believe and make them believe that too? Well, it's by first understanding their model of the world. Now, think about it. When I'm teaching my students this, by the way, I teach them to this in 60 minutes and they know more about psychology, neurology, and influence than most freaking psychologists out there. When I teach my students this, I take them through a roadmap, which I don't have to share with you right now for two reasons. Number one, it will take me too long to teach it in this short video. Number two, you got to pay me for that. It's not free. It's massive. It's a game changer. It literally transforms people's sales overnight, literally, okay? So I'm going to give you a snippet of it right now. Now, this diagram that I usually use to help teach this point shows what the human brain looks like and what everybody's way of looking at the world looks like, how we form what's called our model of the world, how we view the world. So to keep it simple, every single one of us have a perception of what's going on at a given time. So those things differ though, okay? Now, for example, let's look at the economy. If the economy is bad and it's tanking, why is it that one person goes, oh my God, panic mode, go into survival mode, stop spending, da 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 da, and then another person, same economy, goes, opportunity. We are going to get rich during this recession. Same thing, same event, two different outcomes. Why is that? It's called model of the world. It doesn't matter what's going on around us. All that matters is how we interpret what's going on around us. And there are certain filters and neurological pathways that we put the event through to help us spit out what is called our internal representation, which is our model of the world, how we look at things, okay? Now, Tony Robbins, for those of you who know Tony Robbins, the great speaker who I was able to support years ago at UPW, I was actually at the event speaking after him. It was a great event. Now, why am I telling you that? Because I love his teachings and it's great, and I'm sure many of you do. Here's the thing though, he told a story years ago of two brothers. He did an interview with two brothers. One of them was a high-flying, successful multimillionaire business owner. The other one was in jail on death row. So he flew over and met the guy in death row, and he asked him, hey, how did you turn out like this? How did you turn out like this? And he went, simple. My dad was a druggie, he was violent, and he was a criminal. Okay. Then he flew over and he met the other brother who was successful, super high-flying business owner, entrepreneur, multimillionaire, and asked him, how did you end up like that? He said, it's simple. My dad was a druggie, he was violent, and he was a criminal. Interesting. Same dad, different outcomes. Why? One's model of the world was, I need to be like my dad, let's follow him. The other one's model of the world was, I don't want to be like that, let me do the opposite. Is this making sense? And that, my friend, is what we call our internal reference, our internal representation of what is going on in the world. So in order for you to first influence someone so that they can adapt your model of the world, which is why they should invest in your product or service, why now's a good time to do it, why irrespective of it being more expensive, they should go with you instead, why they actually need to do it right now rather than to think about it, is that the way that you get them to match your model of the world is by first understanding theirs. Because if you take your model of the world and you overlay it onto someone else's, it's a bit like getting a jigsaw puzzle piece and trying to ram it in to the wrong place. It's never going to fit. It looks like it's going to fit, but it never fits. It never fits, okay? And that's what I see salespeople doing all over the world. Business owners, sales reps, business leaders, they're trying to take their model of the world and overlay it onto the prospects and wondering why they're getting repelled and the sales aren't going through. So in order for you to ethically manipulate them into making a better decision, you've got to first understand their world. So let me keep it nice and simple. Just like the event of economy going bust, okay? What's the event in a sales situation? The event in a sales situation is very, very simple. An offer. There's an offer being made. That is why somebody is on the sales call, okay? Why else would someone be on a sales call? Now, little side note, for those of you who are jumping on with calls and afraid to talk about the elephant in the room, if a prospect waves their hand and says they got a problem that needs solving and they book a meeting with you and they actually show up, that basically means someone's buying something today. Either you're buying their excuses or they're buying your product. But either way, they turned up because they have a problem that needs solving. So it's a sales conversation. Now, the prospect will come with their model of the world around sales because the event is a sales conversation. You will come with your model of the world around sales, which is basically an advanced model of the world because you are a sales professional and you believe in selling. And you understand that selling is not a bad thing, it's a great thing, right? Selling is serving, selling is helping other people, right? But this person has their own model of the world of salespeople and sales offers. So then when they turn up to the call, their expectation is going to be, well, it's just going to be another pitch. He's going to try and close me. She's going to try and push me into the corner. Yeah, I've seen this stuff before. They're going to try and do this, and blah, 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 right? So their whole model of the world is based around their beliefs, their values, their memories, their past experiences. There's a few more, but like these are all filters that go on in their brain, which create ultimately what the output is, which is their representation, internal representation of a sales conversation. So let's be perfect. Let's just break it down. Let me give you a simple bit of this. Okay, remember this stuff I'm teaching you isn't free. It's what I actually charge my clients for inside of my Invisible Sales Academy. Now, I want to give something to you right now that will massively help you whether you work with me or not. One of the filters that people, prospects, put things through are their beliefs, right? Their beliefs, okay? Now, when somebody jumps onto a call, your goal is to understand their potential model of the world before they even open their mouth. Now, what do most people believe who are not in sales? What do they believe about sales? They believe it's pushy, sleazy. They believe that when they jump on a call, they're going to be pitched to, blah, blah, all that kind of stuff, whatever it is, okay? So if you're smart about this, you start to preempt it and you start to deconstruct their model of the world before they land on the call. So before you even get them on the call, the follow-up process from booking to jumping on the call should be telling them that, hey, the reason for the call is so that you have got all the information you need about making a decision so that when you need it in the future, you've got it on record for when you're ready to buy from me or work with me. That immediately makes them relax and realize that, oh, actually, I thought my belief was I was going to get pitched to and I needed to buy on that call. So now you've deconstructed some of their beliefs around sales because they're like, oh, that's reassuring that like most salespeople just want me on the call to pitch. It's happened to me before. Suddenly you've deconstructed their model of the world, which is now bringing them into your model of the world, which is actually selling isn't bad. Selling is a conversation. And in fact, I don't sell to people. I help them to buy. Is this making sense? Now you're drawing these people in. Now this person's coming to the call now with a different expectation. Now here's what's interesting. For you to create focus in your prospect, for them to fully focus on you and give you their attention, you need to interrupt their pattern. When you interrupt someone's pattern, you gain focus. What does that actually mean? Well, right now, if you were driving your car and you were just chilling, driving, blah, 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 would you agree with me that you're running a pattern that you normally do? Because most people jump in their car, go from A to B and don't even actually remember the journey. Am I right? Like you don't remember like which cars you saw, which road you went down, like you just got into autopilot and started driving. Well, what about when you were driving one day, autopilot, everything was cool, you're listening to your favorite music, you're chilling, you're going down the motorway, wherever you're going, suddenly someone brakes really hard in front of you. What happens? You become super focused. Why? Because your pattern of just driving, chilling, whatever got interrupted. Is that making sense? So when you create an interruption in someone's pattern, you create focus. You've just created an interruption in that person's pattern. Their pattern was, everyone's going to try and pitch to me, this person's going to try and get me on a call to sell to me. You've just told them, hey, jump on a call, I'm not going to sell you anything. In fact, when you've finished the call, you can go away and think about it. Whoa, I'm listening to this person now, I'm going to jump on this call. Is this making sense? You need to start deconstructing their model of the world by understanding it from afar and start doing it before they even jump on a call. So once they jump on a call, you reaffirm that. Say most people think that when we jump on calls with people that we're going to pitch them. Now I understand why you might think that. By the way, that's another filter, which is memories. I know why you do that. I get that. I understand. I completely understand it, and that's why we don't like doing that. We genuinely don't like it. For us, we genuinely believe when we're selling to someone, we're not actually selling to them. We're helping them to solve a problem. Now, how can I help someone solve a problem if I give them another one by pressuring them and making them feel bad about making a buying decision? That's wrong. So when we jump on these calls, all we do is help you get the information you need to make a decision, whether that's today or tomorrow. It's cool. It's all good. No pressure. We just want to get to know you. Like now suddenly you've taken their model of the world, you've deconstructed it, you've collapsed it, you've overlaid your one on top of theirs. Guess what's happened? You've ethically manipulated them into your model of the world. Because now if you've done this right, the prospect will be nodding and agreeing, going, yeah, that's right. No, you're right. All of these other guys, they just pitch to you all the time, whereas you don't want to sell to me, you want to help me. And even if they don't say it, you'll see it. You'll calibrate on their body language, they'll relax, their shoulders will drop, oh man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful when you see it happening. And this is what I'm trying to say, guys. This is stuff that you don't actually need to spend freaking years studying. It's stuff you can implement immediately. My clients are seeing results in as quick as 6 hours. One of my clients literally did one thing, just one thing that I asked them to do, and within 6 hours, they bagged a $125,000 contract just by changing one single thing. And that's how I work with my clients. And look, guys, if you want to get more help with this, then look, please stop being a spectator. Stop being a spectator and start participating. Because inside of my Invisible Sales Academy, we're winning. We are winning every single day. Every single day, every single week, we are winning. Why? Because we understand human behavior and we teach my students, I teach my students how to do this really, really quick. You can learn more about human behavior in 60 minutes working with me than most people know in an entire degree in psychology, okay? Once we understand human behavior, we also understand what makes us tick as well. What is it that's stopping us? What are the unconscious tells that we're actually sabotaging our sales calls? I can see them immediately, and by seeing them, I fix them and I correct them, which is stuff that I do just like that. Like, it could be just a simple facial expression that you're doing on a regular basis, which is pushing a lead away. Now, there might be a deeper reason why you're doing it, and I'll work with you on that over a period of weeks. But right now, you need a quick fix. You haven't got weeks for these problems to disappear. You need it gone today so that I can jump on a call tomorrow and close more deals. Then for it to last, then we can work on some longer term strategies. But right now you need a quick fix. So if we get rid of anything that's stopping you from making more deals psychologically in 24 hours, then when you jump on a call tomorrow morning, you're going to be vibrating on a different frequency, which basically means you'll make more money. Now, it's not just that. We ditch the scripts. Inside of the Invisible Sales Academy, I'm telling you now, scripts don't exist. We don't like them. They're just going to kill your sale. So instead of using a script which will make you sound like a robot and have you disconnect from the human being that you're talking to, I hope you're all selling to humans, right? If you want to disconnect from them, fine, use a script. If you don't, then ditch the script, and all you need to do instead is memorize 7 words. Inside of my framework, these 7 words will have you steer any sales conversation for the rest of your life, which basically means that you'll never need a script ever again. Now, these 7 words will take you under 5 minutes to learn. Once you know these 7 words, in those 5 minutes, you can go out there and absolutely crush it. And just by using these 7 words, you'll never need a script ever again. And lastly, once we're crushing it like that, we'll analyze your pitch, we'll help you rewrite it if you wish, and we'll take that pitch and we will show you how to say it or deliver it to a prospect, to your client avatar, to your specific avatar, and talk to them with triggers that will make them actually want to give you their credit card. Make sense? Now, all of this happens really, really quick, but the key is to understand that you've got to stop being a spectator and you've got to start getting involved. And the beautiful thing is right now, I am giving away 2 scholarships every single month to my Invisible Sales Academy. And the thing is this, that scholarship will massively reduce your investment to work with me privately inside the program for 12 weeks. Now, it's not a course. It's mentorship and accountability. We see each other every single week. Every week, 3 times, without fail. Quick fire interactions, hot community for you to tap into, the most extensive Rolodex of home study material you've ever seen, and a personalized game plan so you don't have to watch all of it. You watch the things that matter to you. All of this happens in rapid record time. And it's a beautiful incubator for you to be in. Now, it's not cheap and it's not for everyone. So even if you don't get the scholarship, you can still get in, and it's a great investment to make, but it's not cheap, which basically means most of you watching this right now are going to click away. And that's cool, because I don't want to work with anyone who wants champagne results but wants to pay lemonade money. Because you've got to ask yourself right now, if you've got a cheap mindset, then you're attracting cheap buyers yourself. The winners know that I've got to stop being cheap if I want people to give me money. So therefore, if you're looking for a cheap solution, I'm not your guy. However, even at my investment of the normal book price, it's a freaking good deal. In fact, I should be charging 10 times that. However, those of you who get a scholarship from me, I will personally invest in your tuition to bring it right down for one reason alone. I'm going global with the Invisible Sales Method. More and more people need to know this stuff. More and more people need to understand it. Most people don't get it, they don't understand it, and they're being led astray and they're not closing enough deals. I want to make sales great again. And I understand that I'm going against some people in the industry who've been doing it for way longer than me, or maybe they've just been making more noise than me, or maybe they've just started themselves, but they just seem to have a bigger following than me. And that's okay too. It's absolutely fine. Well, what I'm trying to say is if I can get even more testimonials than what I've got right now, if I can make you a case study, hopefully that will be a ripple effect out there for more people to go, hey, come and learn from Jess. He is the guy. So I don't want the money back from the scholarship that I give you. The way I get my investment back is very, very simple, by utilizing you as a case study. So when I transform your sales literally overnight, all I ask in return is that you allow me to use you as a case study. Would you do that for me? So look, if you're a sales rep right now, if you're selling your own products or services, if you're an independent closer or you're a sales leader managing a team, let's get them firing again and making loads and loads and loads of money. Because when people are making money, they're happy. Let's be perfectly honest, okay? So how do you access the scholarship? It's very simple. You comment the word sales down below on this video. Alternatively, you can click on a link that's in the description. When you do that, my friends, it will take you to a page where you can fill out a few short questions. It's a very small survey. It takes you a couple of minutes. If you don't fill that out, you don't get a call. It's very, very simple. Now, just because you fill that out, it doesn't mean that you get a call, because I can't help everyone. There's certain criteria that needs to be met, obviously, for me to be able to help you, okay? One of those criteria is you need to already have an offer that you're currently selling and you're already making sales. If you've never sold before, if you're new, if it's a new offer, I can't help you. Well, I can, but I'm not your guy. Why? Because there's no point giving you a scholarship because you're not going to win quickly. Like, I do my best work with someone who's already got something to sell and they're already selling it. Why? Because I can identify real quick what's going on and how I can fix it, which means tomorrow you'll make a sales call and you'll smash it. Whereas if someone's never sold before, they won't understand the pains that they're going through. I've got nothing to work against. Does it make sense? So yes, I could help you if you've got a product or a service, but look, my work works better with someone who's already selling. So for those of you who've got a product or a service that you're already selling, you're already making sales, you just want to get better at converting those sales without having to use scripts, getting out your own way, understanding human behavior on a deep, dark psychological behavior level, then I am your guy. All you've got to do is comment the word sales down below or click on the link and apply to join. And providing the criteria is right, that will unlock an application interview. We'll have a conversation with you about taking you through your application, asking you some more questions. Hopefully at the end that will unlock the scholarship if you're one of the lucky 2 people each month. And at the end of that, we'll talk you through how it works. Now, conversations cost nothing. You're a sales professional. You know how it works. All you got to do right now is go ahead and follow the steps. So comment sales down below or click on the link in the description and get applying to join the Invisible Sales Academy. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world, guys. What I'm teaching you only exists inside of there. You will be ethically outselling your competition in no time, and just like this video, learning how to ethically manipulate your prospect into buying your offer. So go ahead and do that right now. And for those of you who haven't done it or haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit subscribe, like this video, leave a comment below, and share it with someone that you care about, because I want to blow this channel up as well. I want more people to learn the stuff that I'm sharing with people. It has to get into the right hands. Please help me to help other people, all right? Anyway, until the next video, keep crushing it. Remember, you've got a great product, you've got a great service, you're here to help people, you're not here to rip them off. Keep changing lives, keep crushing it. I'm always here rooting for you, and I'll see you on the next video.